Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are here today, this evening, whatever the time may be for yourself, to review the Pistons' loss in Miami, 98 to 106. Their fourth loss of the season in only 4 games. We are still yet to witness a win, and tonight might have been the toughest loss for me. That one hurt. I spoke in the post-game live stream just about how each loss has affected me, and this was the first time I got a kind of felt the sense of a bit of the doom and gloom from last year. Now I think this team is better than last year, like, and I kind of don't think it's close, but the results say that they're not, and I can't argue with anyone that says to me, Jack, this team's the exact same as last year, because they haven't won a game. So while I do think it's a different team, that still doesn't mean some of that fear from last season of this team not being good at all didn't start to creep in tonight. And just another fourth quarter collapse, truly. Like, this was a game where the Pistons started well. Cade came out. He had 18 points in the first half. Didn't miss a shot. Got into foul trouble towards the end of the second. He was kind of carrying the load in the first half. He kept them going. Pistons got down by 11 at the half. They closed the second quarter disappointingly. And then in the third quarter, they went on a big run after being down 11, and actually took a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter behind a really good, behind kind of an outburst from Tim Hardaway Jr., who had 13 points in the third, didn't miss a shot himself in that quarter, finished with 20. He had a good game, but then once again, they opened the fourth quarter up by 1. I think there was 3 turnovers, 2 from Cade, and a horrible one from Jaden Ivey. Miami scored on all of them, and literally within 90 seconds, the Pistons went from being up by 1 to being down by 8. And honestly, I didn't want to admit it to myself in the moment because there was still 10 minutes to play, but I kind of felt like that was the ball game because Cade looked tired. He didn't have it in the fourth. He didn't really have it in the second half, but he got into some foul trouble and didn't play a lot of the third. So disappointing for him not to close it out. But the Pistons now have been outscored by 28 points in fourth quarters this season in only 4 games. So on average, the other team is outscoring them by around 7 points in the fourth quarter. And to be honest, apart from the Cavs game, they've been well and truly in this game during the fourth quarter, and they just give it away. Turnovers, no passes on offense. Some of the shot selection in the last quarter was so frustrating. Fontecchio taking ill-advised pull-up transition threes. Tim Hardaway Jr. took a couple of questionable shots, but I kind of forgive him because he was on fire in the third quarter. Cade's shots, he was short on everything. I mean, honestly, it was really like 12. This could have got to like 15 points if it wasn't for Jaden Ivey hitting a trio of threes kind of in the last few minutes. But just another frustrating game, and yeah, it's really disheartening. And after watching all 4 games, this one definitely hurt the most for me. I'd like to know in the comments like where this one ranks for you, because I really thought tonight they were going to win. I had high hopes. I thought they've just taken it right up to the defending champs 2 nights ago and probably should have won that game. They're going to have confidence. Miami can be inconsistent. They're not the same old Heat whilst they're still really good. I thought this is a game where the Pistons can show that they're a new team. And I think they did in parts. They came back multiple times. They battled back. They didn't give up. But ultimately, there's really no moral victories right now, particularly when you haven't won a game and you've kind of given away at least one of the Celtics or Pacers game. I think they should have won that, but they gave away the fourth quarter. Like, it's hard to like whilst in the moment I said there's nothing positive to take from this game, I still kind of believe that. But like, yeah, it's really hard to have sympathy or get excited about a moral victory like this on the road because, they lost the game, and we can talk about how tough the schedule is, but at some point you have to just go, well, look, they've been in three of these games. They've had leads in the fourth, I think, in every game except for the Caps. Like, they're in it to, like, they can win. Like, this isn't just like, oh, it's tough schedule. Like, I don't know if I'm contradicting myself here. Like, tell me if I am, but I just think if you're in the game like this, I don't care how tough your schedule is. Like, you need to close one of these. You've had three opportunities and you can't. And honestly, it falls on Cade Cunningham's shoulders. I haven't felt up until tonight that, he kind of didn't capitalize on the moment. Like, I know he had not very good fourth quarters against Boston and Indiana, but I thought tonight was set up for him after getting an extended rest in the third, his teammates setting the game up for him to kind of come in and win it in the fourth. I thought the opportunity was there for him to close it out, get a road victory, and kind of get this team season started because I think they're playing pretty good basketball for what this roster is. I really do believe that. But if Cade can't close the deal, like, it's tough to be excited about much because it's just that same old thing. They'll play 2.5 good quarters in the first three, keep himself in the game, and then come the fourth quarter, the second the pressure's on, they just crumble. And look, Miami did a good job at trapping Cade, but they've been doing that every single time they play him for 4 years. It's why Cade's had some of his worst games against Miami because they just trap. They trap him. They get up. They put two on the ball. Like, they make his life hard, but at some point you would like him to adjust and not have crucial turnovers at the start of the fourth. So, I'm not going to say Cade's the reason they lost this game, but he had the chance to close it out and show that he's and kind of, like, I know it's early, but it's kind of a chance for him to cement that he's a new guy, new player this year. He's officially at a new level, closing it out, and he didn't. And while still say he's playing like an all-star, I think it's very fair to be harsh on him tonight because you got to close the deal. You're the number one pick, you're the franchise. You just got a $200 million contract extension, which I do think he deserves. But these are the moments where the money counts, and he didn't come through tonight. So I think there's other things we can talk about, but honestly, we went through it all in the live stream, so go check that out. Like, those are my thoughts on this game. The Pistons now travel to Philly to play Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. It's the first time Philly's big three will be playing together, I believe. On the road, Tobias plays against his former team. The crowd is going to be crazy. I just know they're going to boo Tobias. So I will be very transparent. I do not expect them to beat Philly. I think this could be an ugly game. I think the game for them to try and win is the Knicks one on Friday. But hey, maybe Tobias can come out and have a career night. Cade can give his 25 to 30. Ivy. Maybe this Philly game is the one where they surprise everyone and springboard their season. But until then, we'll be back to recap that game. But please let me know your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, drop a comment below. I appreciate all the support. This first week of doing this has been super fun, even though the games have been tough. So appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. And yeah, until the Philly game, as always, go Pistons.